Hi guys, my name is Maria and this channel is my online financial diary. Well, sometimes I'm making a reaction videos and today there will be one of them. I want to introduce you my colleague and one more YouTuber. I really like his high quality content and I believe one day his channel will hit hundreds of thousands subscribers. And the video we are watching today, guys, is called 6 Passive Income Ideas. Well, I'm very interested to see what he came up with, and I will also share with you if I personally use these methods of passive income in my life. So let's just watch the video. And sorry, I have my laptop on my knee today and it can be not super stable.
Financial freedom is the holy grail when it comes to personal finance. It essentially means that you have the ability to do whatever it is you want to do with your time, which, in my opinion, is the most valuable asset that anybody can have. Now, aside from winning the lottery or being born as a trust fund baby, really the most practical and realistic way to achieve this milestone of independence is through passive income. If you can build up enough ways to make money passively, eventually comes a point where that influx of money alone can cover your desired lifestyle for the rest of your life.
That's my dream, to cover all my expenses with my passive income.
Now, I personally haven't quite reached this point of financial freedom myself, but I'm still able to take advantage of passive income investments in my mid-20s. I recently went out to Hawaii. I didn't do work for my normal 8 to 5 office job out there. I don't think I responded to a single email, and I was still making money the entire time through various methods. Like, I was literally hiking up the Lanikai Pillbox Trail in Oahu, and my investments were working for me. So I wanted to share some of them with you guys here today, and specifically in this video, we're going to go over 6 of the best passive income investments, ranging from 6 being the worst, all the way to 1 being the best. And out of the 6, I do personally invest in 5 of them, so there's just one that I'm not in at the moment, and I'll let you know which one that is when we get there. And also,
guys, I'm interested if I have these 6 passive income sources, because I also have some. Well, let's see.
Quick, before we get into all these ways of making money whilst you sleep, I do want to set some expectations and make sure we all understand how this works, because passive income is not necessarily as easy as some might think. So let me be clear, guys, you will never get something for nothing. Like, this probably goes without saying, but all those get rich quick scams and courses that promise to make you money without you having to do anything are just that, right? They're scams. When it comes,
guys, be careful. There are a lot of scammers everywhere, especially in the comment section. So be careful, guys.
Passive income, you need to put in legwork and make sacrifices up front to then be able to reap the benefits down the road and make money passively for years and years to come.
Right. Woo!
So there is work involved, and oftentimes it'll be quite a bit before you start to see any significant amount of return. But the beauty here is that anybody can work towards these methods, and I truly believe that with enough time, effort, and discipline, anybody can become financially free through them. So again, the point of this video is to give you guys realistic ways to generate additional income. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I don't have a course, and I really have no other ulterior motive.
Why? Actually, you can make a course. You're so smart. Why not? It will be another passive income idea for you. Okay, let's move on.
Of course, hoping you find enough value and possible entertainment to destroy the like button and consider subscribing. But with that out of the way, let's jump into the best ways to earn money passively. And like I said, guys, we're going to rank them from worst to best through a scoring system. So for each investment, we'll give scores ranging from 1 to 10 in 5 different categories: risk, reward, feasibility, effort, and liquidity. And then we'll add all 5 of those numbers up to get a cumulative score.
I love risk. I don't know what about you guys. Let me know down below in the comments. But I love risky investments. Also, I love stable investments like dividend stocks and so on. But risk?
A score of 0 would mean that's the worst investment in the world, and a score of 50 would mean that's the absolute best. So hopefully that makes sense. Otherwise, it should be pretty easy to follow along as we get into these. We'll start out with number 6 on this list, guys. The only one that I'm not invested in personally. We have physical real estate / rental income. Real estate has long been...
Personally, I do have this source of passive income because I own some real estate, so...
fan favorite method for building passive income because it's relatively easy to understand. There's a physical asset that you can see and touch, and is a way to take advantage of leverage to control something that's worth hundreds of thousands or possibly millions of dollars. Not to mention the fact that 90% of all of the millionaires in the United States are invested in some sort of real estate.
Really? I didn't know that. 90% of millionaires in the US are invested in real estate. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, are you investing in real estate?
Okay, so it's been proven time and time again, guys, that this is one of the best ways to build wealth and grow your net worth. Like, not only do you get the benefit from all the rental income that tenants have to pay monthly, but there's also a pretty darn good chance that over the long term, the properties you own will experience some level of appreciation, meaning that they will go up in value. So it's clear that real estate is a phenomenal investment for so many people, but there are a few reasons as to why this one ranks last in my list. First of all, the feasibility is not the best in that it's not super easy or convenient to get started, as
it's not easy at all.
Several barriers to entry. Like, if you want to buy a house, you're going to need to have a good credit score, one that's preferably over 700, a stable, steady source of income, and then, of course, enough money saved up for a down payment. Secondly, owning a rental property may require a great deal of effort due to having to deal with tenants, maintenance issues, or possibly having to renovate before even renting it out. Now, there's a chance.
Well, that's not the hardest part, maybe just my thoughts, but I'm very lucky with my tenants, so I think this is not the hardest part.
You get lucky and end up with great tenants who are very much self-sufficient and never bother you. But there's also a chance you get stuck with terrible tenants who never pay the rent on time and throw Project X-like parties every other weekend.
I didn't know this.
And then lastly, real estate is not typically thought of as a very liquid asset because it could take quite some time to convert into cash without affecting the price. Obviously, the more...
Well, that's true. If you need cash immediately, you will never get it from your real estate.
You are to give in to lowball offers, the more liquid it could be. But generally speaking, guys, real estate is one of the least liquid assets out there. Like I said before, as long as you're willing to put in the time and the money, this is one of the best possible investments that you can get into. Alright, so after real estate, the fifth best passive income investment that's going to help you make money while you sleep is cryptocurrency. Yes?
My favorite for now. But this is a secret, don't tell anyone.
Heard that right, guys. We're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, which, might come as a surprise to some people. I know if I would have made this video just a couple of years ago, I would have never thought to put cryptocurrency on a list of ways to generate passive income. But recently, Bitcoin and Ethereum have exploded in popularity. More and more institutional and retail investors have been buying in. There are more services that let you buy, sell, and hold crypto than ever before. And just to quickly explain exactly how this works, because there's probably somebody in the comment section right now typing, "What the heck, Bitcoin and Ethereum in itself is not a form of passive income, why is it on the list?" Well, that is true, but basically, guys, what you can do is actually hold your cryptocurrency in an account that pays you interest for doing so.
Yes.
So think of like keeping money in a bank, but instead cryptocurrency on a website. Now, there are several options out there that you can do this through. I know BlockFi is one of the most popular. And at the time of this recording, they will pay you up to 5% for Bitcoin and up to 4.5% for Ethereum that you have on their platform. Just keep in mind, though, that cryptocurrency in general is notoriously very volatile, and while there is the chance that it goes to the moon and you get to ride along with it and then send postcards to Elon Musk from the moon, there's also the chance that it goes to zero and you lose everything. So for me personally, I like to keep a small...
Guys, never invest in cryptocurrency the amount of money that you are not prepared to lose.
Percentage of my total wealth in crypto, somewhere around 5% or so that I'm at least exposed to it. I can still benefit from the potential upside, which could be massive, and it wouldn't be the end of the world if I lost it all. All right, coming in at...
You see? That's the point.
Fourth best way to build passive income, guys,
creating a product.
Now this option is...
I don't have it. I don't have any product.
Definitely not for everyone, and will certainly take a lot more creative effort than some of the other investments on this list. But if you are able to create something yourself or find a way to provide value and or entertainment, this could be a way to generate just absolutely mind-blowing returns. Like take Elvis Presley, for example, who made $23 million in 2020 despite dying in 1977, or Dr. Seuss, who made $33 million despite dying in 1991. Both of these icons managed to create such astounding work that they still generate passive income for their estates to this day. Obviously, the King of Rock produced music, well, Dr. Seuss wrote children's books. Now, of course, it'll be extremely unlikely to find that kind of success, but there is still a lot of upside and very low risk by creating something such as an ebook, an online course, a YouTube.
Well, actually, I have an ebook, but I will tell you about it a little later.
Or a blog. So for me personally, one of the things that I did was obviously create this YouTube channel that I upload videos to, and it generates additional income for me every single day. Now, I did just recently become monetized, so right now it's only earning around $1 to $10.
Congratulations! That's awesome! Well done! You are so smart!
And I do have to consistently upload and put in that work.
Guys, even $5 a day, it's money. It's a good money. Why not?
But the cool thing here, guys, is that some of the videos I made months and months ago still get views and make money to this day. Like this video, for example, I made back in November of 2020, where I talked about some of the best index funds to invest in, is still producing income more than 160 days after it was initially published. So overall, creating your own product may require a great deal of upfront creativity and possibly ongoing maintenance, but the upside is second to none. Alright, so for number 3 in this list of the best passive income investments, we're bringing it back to the topic of real estate, but this time we're talking about real estate investment trusts, otherwise known as REITs. So real estate investment trust is basically just a company that owns all kinds of different, real property.
That's what I do have.
And you can invest in that company as if it were a stock to benefit from all of their profits. This makes it incredibly easy to gain exposure to real estate without actually having to own real estate. Like, you do not need to put in the work to find a place. You don't need to have the funds to get started with the down payment.
Actually, guys, REITs are paying some good dividends. If you want me, I will make a video about it. Just let me know down below in the comments.
You don't have to deal with any tenants or maintenance issues. So if you invest in a REIT through your brokerage account, or better yet, an index fund or an ETF that holds several REITs, like the Vanguard Real Estate ETF, ticker symbol VNQ, or the Fidelity Real Estate Index ETF, ticker symbol FREL, you won't have to do any work, and you'll get paid distributions, typically on a quarterly basis. Alright, now the second best way to make passive income is probably the most boring on this list, but it's been proven time and time again for hundreds of years, and that's to invest in index funds. Index funds, or ETFs, are...
Well, that's what I do have, and I like it. I don't think it's boring. It's just, conservative, or how you call it.
Just collections or, baskets of many different stocks that you can buy into to be instantly diversified. It's incredibly easy to do. You can gain exposure to all 11 sectors of the stock market at once, and you literally don't need to do a single thing other than continue to buy and hold. That's it. All you need to do is put your money into, say, a total stock market index fund like VT-SAX through Vanguard. This is a very good index fund. I'm buying it just once a month, and I'm very happy with it. Well, what's next? WTSX through Schwab, or FISROX through Fidelity, and just continue to hold as your nest egg grows. And then from there you can take advantage of what's called the 4% rule, which is basically just a rule of thumb suggesting that you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio every single year in retirement without running out.
You see, guys, you can pause this video and check it out. You'll need this much money invested if you want this money per day, per month, per year.
So for example, if you have $100,000 in a total stock market index fund, that means you can withdraw $4,000 in passive income per year, while the rest stays invested and continues to grow. Now, there are some details that should definitely be considered and fully thought through before actually using this rule, such as inflation, what percentage of your portfolio should be in stocks versus bonds, stuff like that, right? And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole for this video, but that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, so last but not least, guys, the number one best way to generate passive income based on my scoring system is not
dividend investing. I have it. I'm happy.
Than dividend investing. When you buy a stock, what you're really doing is buying a very small portion of an actual company, so that makes you a shareholder. And if the company that you invest in makes a profit, oftentimes they will distribute some of that profit amongst its shareholders in the form of dividends. So for example, if you take $1,000 and put it all into a stock that has a 2.5% dividend yield, which is right around what Johnson & Johnson currently has at the time of this recording, that means you could expect to earn about $25 per year in dividends, right? Because if you take $1,000 and multiply it by 2.5%, you get $25. Now, some dividend stocks will have lower yields than that, like Apple, which currently has a yield of around 0.7%.
Well, it's a tech company. It's a tech company. It's okay.
Some dividend stocks will have higher yields than that, like AT&T,
yield,
which currently has a yield of around 6.6%. So the upside with this type of investing isn't quite the highest because, dividend stocks tend to be more mature and well-established companies that are past their high growth stage, but this comes with the pleasant trade-off that there's low risk, and it should provide a stable, steady stream of income. And not to mention the facts that anybody can start investing in dividend-paying stocks. They're very liquid, and once started, it is completely 100% passive. So that's the list, guys. And again, in order from worst to best, we have real estate / rental income,
cryptocurrency,
creating a product, REITs, the 4% rule with index funds and ETFs, and dividend investing. Guys,
let me know down below in the comments, what do you use from this list? I'm very interested.
Keep in mind that this is all just my opinion, and at the end of the day, I do believe that all these methods are excellent ways to generate passive income.
Don't forget to subscribe, write a comment, and see you in the next videos. Bye!